So I thought I'd take the opportunity to come out in my car, and play. But I'm right on a public footpath. I'll show you exactly how public it is after I finish playing.
I see you watching, you damn dirty fucking naughty perverts. Let's get into it, baby.
Ah yeah, it's time to travel and bang, baby.
This is Travel and Bang. I am Marky Bravo, the mulatto. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games here to talk about the dark arts of seduction and the nuance of game. I'm glad you came. This one's brought to you by AO Nutrition at www.aonutrition.shop. The one product you must try is AndroPure. Do you feel like society, just everyday life, the grind, the hustle, the stress, the boulder on the shoulder is beating you down, beating your test levels, testosterone down? Then you need to try AndroPure. Go to AO Nutrition and they will change your life. This is like doing testosterone replacement therapy without having to really get injections, okay? Check it out. Leave the link below. Okay, gentlemen, so let's get into it. So it's back to the middle of the week again, and you know I gotta do it. I gotta read some of these questions. The emails have been sent to me. If you would like for me to answer some questions that you would like my professional expertise from, okay, you can hit me up at markybravo@gmail.com. That's markybravo@gmail.com. Okay, so I had some really interesting questions this time, and so I'm gonna read them to you. First one is, hey, by the way, when you send these messages, keep them short. I'm not like Corey Wayne. I'm not gonna read 3 pages, 4 pages. I love his material, but keep your emails short when you write to me, all right? Hey, this is Nate from Atlanta. You talk about energy, frequency, and vibration a lot in regards to being a modern sexual man. How does one give off sexual vibes so women can align with that frequency without coming across like a horny pervert? Okay, and that's very interesting, you know what I mean? And this is something that most people will never touch on, okay? Because game always seems to be focused on the verbiage, on what you're saying, you know what I mean? Or basically the way you look, the shallow version of the game of your exterior. And that's why in the black pill movement, why they complain so much, feeling that it's all about looks and different things like that. Okay, but you can see it with a lot of men through history that were very short men, very like Rasputin, very not attractive men, challenged in the looks department, if you would say. And some of the biggest womanizers, seducers on planet Earth have been men who do not look physically mainstream attractive. Okay, and that's why it's more of an energy, frequency, and vibration. How do you give off that aura that you're a sexual man without sounding like a pervert? You know, sexual innuendos can get you in trouble in today's world. You know what I mean? You say it to the wrong woman, say you're at your job, you can get terminated for sexual harassment or coming across kind of weird, freaky, pervert, strange, you know what I mean? So the thing is this, to be a modern sexual man with the frequency, energy, and vibration, you're gonna know that sex is in the mind. The biggest sexual organ in your whole body isn't your dick and your balls. The sexual organ that's the biggest is your mind, okay? So that's what you want to do. When you see women you like, I want you to work on doing sporadic 3-4 second counts of basically seeing a visual in your mind, okay? I don't care if you're in the grocery store. I don't care, even if you're at your job, you know what I mean? Wherever you are, when you see that woman that really turns you on, 3-4 second sporadic thoughts of you fucking that woman, okay? Until they create a thought fucking police, a thought Gestapo to come arrest you and throw you in a concentration camp for thinking. There's no law for thinking. You know what I mean? But how many men, and a lot of men are going to be blown because when they ask themselves this, how many men really, when they're walking around and they see a woman that's attractive, do they think of sexual intercourse right then and there? How many men? Okay, some men do. Some men are like, you know, they're horn dogs. Wherever they go, there's sex running through their mind. But most men will tell you, because they feel verklempt, restricted, anal, retentive, locked up, tight. They don't think of sex at all when they see that woman in public that they find attractive. But I want you to try something different. I want you to do 3-4 second sporadic counts, at the most 5 seconds, visualizing you beating up the pussy, fucking her really with domination, with vigor, and imagining her in full ecstasy, pleasure, orgasms, the whole shebang bang, okay? But just 4 to 5 seconds. Why do I say that? Because anything over 4 to 5 seconds, now you're basically turning on your arousal centers in your body, and that's when, yes, you're risking popping a boner in your pants, and now, you know what I mean, people might see that. Now you look creepy, weird, and like a pervert. No perverts, okay? And or the woman looks down your pants, and you know, I mean, hey, if you get off on that type of stuff, that's fine. But I would say 3 to 5 second sporadic thoughts. What that does is it gives off that frequency, the vibrational frequency of sex, okay? Because the universe is consciousness, okay? That's one thing I do agree with in the New Age community, which is actually an alignment of quantum physics. The universe is consciousness, okay? The mind, the all is mind, the universe is mental. This is a Hermetic principle, okay? So when you lock in that thought, she picks up on it, because we are vibrational beings. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Look how, like I said, how we communicate through vibrational tonality. She picks up on it. It's just like if you ever walked in a room and there's somebody who's ice grilling you, and in the 90s we call it ice grilling. Someone just, they don't like you, you know what I mean? And you could pick up on it. You could pick up on, in a room full of 20 people, that one hater, that one player hating fuck who doesn't like you. His energies are just coming at you and you feel it. It's the same thing. She feels sexual energy pulsating from you. Now remember, attraction isn't a choice. If there's some form of attraction and your charisma and your bantering is tight, now she also feels like, you know what I mean, that her sexual centers are getting turned on, aroused. This is why it's so very important that you do the most 5 second sexual intercourse thought when you see women that in public that you're attracted to, that you're getting ready also to hit on. Remember, you're not just doing this, you can do it for practice, but you need then to do cold approach pickup. You need to go up to her and talk to her. And then you're already pulsating this sexual vibe about you, okay? So that's how you become a modern day sexual man, by doing that technique. I ran into the no-fap movement online, where they direct men not to ejaculate. What's your take on this? Should I just not jack off at all, or do I jack off and not ejaculate? Look, gentlemen, I have nothing against, if it helps men out not to ejaculate, that's on them. I think that when you're younger, you're going to jack off and bust nuts, ejaculate a lot more than when you're an older dude. You know what I mean? When you're in your late 30s or in your 40s like me, you understand? So yeah, when you get older and you're in your 40s like me, you're probably only, simulating ejaculation maybe like once every 3 to 4 weeks. When you're young, you got this, you know what I mean? You got this super turbocharged horniness about you. You're probably jacking off like several times a week. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find that medium of your body. Now, look, in Buddhism, in Tantric Buddhism, they do teach not to ejaculate, okay? Because they're engaging in keeping the energy within. because they believe that the sexual energy, and you can find this in occult magic too, sexual energy is a very powerful energy, and that's why they teach their followers not to ejaculate. So it's all on what works for you. That's the main point I'm trying to say. I don't think it's a good idea to go forever and ever and ever without jacking off. You'll go crazy. You'll go crazy. You'll get frustrated and you'll punch somebody in the face and get arrested. I would at least once a month bust a nut. You know what I mean? If you're jacking off. What do you feel about using your place of employment as means to scout out single eligible ladies? I work at Rakuten. Shouldn't have told me where you work, buddy. And there's a lot of chicks in the office building, and I figured I can kill two birds with one stone, meaning scout out for booty while I work. I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do it. Don't get laid where you get paid. Even if you find a woman who does want to engage with sexual intercourse with you, date you or whatever, as soon as the thing goes sour, maybe she's crazy. Maybe she's batshit crazy. You cut her off, or you say, "Oh, you're cool," but now you have to see her every day, and she might, unfortunately, a lot of women have borderline personality disorder. She might report you for sexual harassment, get you terminated, or maybe even from the get-go, she's not feeling your come-ons and reports you for something really simple. Just asking her out now turns into a sexual harassment suit, and now you're terminated. I would just not ever do that at work. You know what I mean? Maybe if I caught them outside the corporation, maybe in the grocery or somewhere out, maybe then I would hit on the woman, but I would not. No, don't. Not today. Not in today's type of environment, in this ultra hypersensitive, throwing men over the, without, just don't do it. I like to have anal sex with women I date, but a lot of women I run into tell me they don't like getting penetrated in the butt. How do you talk women into doing that with you? Okay, I'm gonna make this one quick, okay? Look, by the time a woman is already in her mid-20s, 30s, if she's not into anal sex by then this is really a hard sell. And I would say if the woman isn't into what you're into sexually, you can bring it up. But you know what I mean? If you're trying to recruit her for butt sex, you know what I mean? She's just not with it. Or maybe she had a bad experience. A lot of guys don't know how to do that. They don't use lubrication, and they end up hurting the woman in the back door region. Do you understand? So she may have had bad experience. But I would say there's so many women who are into it in today's pro-anal sex world. Like, I wouldn't even waste time with a woman that's not into what you're into. This is like one guy I knew, he's into S&M. He's into whips and chains and freaky things. And the woman he was dating wasn't. She wanted to have Blümchen sex. Flowery, slow motion, Top Gun, take my breath away type of sex. He wasn't with it. It didn't work out. So if the woman is open to anal sex, what I would say is explain to her that you're going to take it slow, you're going to use a lot of lubrication, and try to explain to her how pleasurable it is when a man does that to a woman the right way, the correct way. And it is true. It is true. A woman can multiple orgasm through getting penetrated in the butt, the anal region, but the man has to do it the correct way. Also, when you're doing that, she needs to play with herself. So say you're having anal sex from the back with her, she needs to go ahead, take that hand, put it in between while you're penetrating her, and play and basically rub the genie's lamp. Okay? While you're doing it, slow. And that'll mix it up. You know what I mean? That'll be vaginal pleasure mixed with the anal pleasure you're giving her. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So that you have to sell it right. If you can't say it right, explain it right, and she's not a freak to begin with, she's not into freaky things, freaky thing, baby, then it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And then it's like you can entertain it for a while, but I personally, there's too many women on planet Earth. I would find women who are open-minded, and not so conservative about, the bedroom activities. Okay, next video we're going to talk about the bedroom bully. How to become a bedroom bully. I know you want to know it. I know you want to know it bad. All right, till next time, travel and bang. Asombroso!